Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians at Cleveland Stadium. On the mound for Detroit is Jack Morris, whose record is 5-1 with a 2.43 ERA. And pitching for the Indians today is Eric Wilkins, whose record is 0-1 with a 6.48 ERA. Okay, so we lost another tough one yesterday. We lost 5-4. And what this series against the Indians has shown us is that our 3, 4, and 5 starters, Robbins, Uger, and Bryn Smith, are all unreliable at best. I mean, Uger did pitch 5 shutout innings in Friday's game, the last day of April, but he did not look good doing that. And then, of course, Bruce Robbins didn't get one single out against the Indians. And then yesterday, Bryn Smith couldn't get through 5. He gave up 9 hits and 5 runs. The bullpen came in and did a bang-up job like they always do. We had a home run yesterday from Mickey Hatcher, his second on the season. But we fell short. We lost 5-4. And if we're going to get ahead and get ourselves a little bit of a cushion here at the top of the East, we're going to have to start winning some of these games. Now, the Indians are a better team than we expected, clearly. But they don't even have Tom Brookins. We haven't mentioned him this series because, if you remember, he is injured and out for another 13 days. And that leads us to also Eric Wilkins, who's getting a start today for the Indians. The start was supposed to be for Larry McCall, but he was a last-minute scratch. He's injured for 2 days, according to the transactions list. So they put in Eric Wilkins, who is their 5th starter, in which the Indians skipped to get to John Denny yesterday. So Eric Wilkins will step in today for Larry McCall. We're taking a look here at Jack Morris, and you can see the Indians are batting .275 against him in 115 plate appearances. That's the players that are in the current lineup today. Let's take a look at our lineup. We made some big changes today for this lineup against the righty Eric Wilkins. Ricky Henderson is listed as tired, so we're going to take him out and give him the day off. Andre Dawson is just horrible. A .236 on-base percentage after getting that the free agent deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Kevin Bass, who went 2 for 2 in his major league debut yesterday. We're putting him in center field, which is his natural position, and Glenn Wilson will be in right field today. Reggie, who had a great game yesterday, remains as our DH, and we've boosted him into the cleanup role with his team-leading 5 home runs. So we'll see if Reggie can produce for us in the cleanup spot. Let's go ahead and officially do the Tigers lineup rundown here. As you take a look at the stats, batting leadoff and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second at first base is Greg Brock. Batting third at third base is Mickey Hatcher. And batting cleanup and DHing today is Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth in left field is Kirk Gibson. Batting seventh at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting 8th in center field is Kevin Bass. And batting 9th in right field is Glenn Wilson. Here's Eric Wilkins. I believe this is only his second start. His first start was against Detroit. So you can see he went 8 1/3 innings in that start in the earlier series in April. Gave up 11 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He even had a wild pitch there. So not a great performance, although maybe he was hung out to dry by his manager, keeping him in that long. His fastball, right around 95 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is around 56%, which is average. His fastball is rated in 84. He's got a change and a curveball mixed in as well. So let's take a look at the Indians' defensive alignment. It is the same as yesterday. And again, we'll just point out that Jerry Royster, who started all 3 games and has really done well against us in Tom Brookins' spot, will get to start at third base. So he's basically picking up where Brookins left off. Okay, Sweet Lou leading off against Eric Wilkins. Let's get this game going. And a strikeout to start the game. 3 swings for Whitaker and did not have any contact on those 3 swings. So 1 down for Greg Brock. Brock ground ball to short, and the dibber tosses him out. There's 2 down. Next up is Mickey Hatcher, and Hatcher always comes through. Base hit to right field. Hatcher's average up to 355 now. As I mentioned, he had the home run in yesterday's game. Oh, I didn't even mention the worst part about yesterday's game is I had a huge mental error in the 9th inning when I tried to pinch run for John Mayberry at first, and I put Mark Wagner in as the pinch hitter instead of a pinch runner. And then I had to pinch hit for Wagner because we had a better player on the bench. It didn't actually come back to haunt us, but it was one of the dumber things I've ever done. As Reggie, with 2 down, pops it up. So yeah, I don't want to absolve myself of my stupidity from yesterday's game. There was a little bit more swearing in yesterday's game than maybe you were accustomed to. So I apologize for getting a little lippy. But it was very frustrating as we take a look here at the Indians lineup rundown. I'll finish that thought momentarily. Leading off and playing second base is Kevin Rhomberg. Batting second at shortstop is Jerry Dybzinski. Batting third at first base is Jim Wilson. Batting cleanup in right field is Dan Pasqua. Batting fifth and DHing is Karl Pagel. Batting sixth and catching is Chris Bando. Batting seventh at third base is Jerry Royster. Batting eighth in left field is Jerry Turner. And finally, batting ninth in center field is Von Hayes. Thank goodness we have Jack on the mound today. We need something big from him. He's 5-1. He's crushing it, making his 7th start. The 2.43 ERA, as you may have seen in the league leaders video, is among the league leaders in the top 10. 22 walks and 23 strikeouts. I do not like that at all. Opponent's only batting 192 against him. He's got a complete game shutout. He had 8 walks in his last start against the Yankees in those 5 1/3 innings, but the team hung together, and he got the win that drove him to 5-1. So, taking a look here, he had a couple spotty starts, going only 4 against the White Sox, and that 5 1/3 against the Yankees. So let's see if Jack can get another win in the column there. Let's take a look at the Tigers' defensive alignment. As you can see, we got a center fielder out there named Kevin Bass, 83 rating in center field. And we have Glenn Wilson in right. Real quick, looking at Kevin Bass, you may be curious. He's got an 82 arm, just average range. His fielding overall is an 82, so he's not going to win any Gold Gloves, but he's solid and really can play all 3 defensive positions. So he's a perfect 4th outfielder. Here's Kevin Rhomberg leading off against Jack Morris with a ground ball to first. To quickly just finish my thoughts, yesterday's game was especially frustrating because with Dibby up here, because Henderson got thrown out again running on the base pass. And I just don't think that statistically he's capable of putting up an actual league leader season in stolen bases. It's frustrating, but I think we need to abandon that. We have him in the cleanup role as a 1-2-3 inning for Morris. We go to the top of the second with Lance, Parrish, Gibby, and Trammell due up. Here's Parrish. And Parrish walks. That's a good start. We're going to hit and run with Gibson. So, I mean, Henderson's lead the team in RBI. He's got a few home runs. You can't go wrong with, him in the productive sense, as Gibby drops one in front of Von Hayes in center field, and it's 1st and 3rd with nobody out. And Alan Trammell up. We're going to hit and run again in this situation here. We got some speed at first, so if Trammell misses this, I thought he might. 0-2 count. That's going to score a run as Gibby's safe at second and Parrish scores from third. So we're going to give an RBI to Trammell, and it's 1-0 Detroit. So here's Kevin Bass, went 2 for 2 yesterday, had a stolen base on a missed hit and run. He sends it into right center field, and it will be caught. Do we want to take up? Pasqua's got a good arm. Well, we're going to test him. And Gibby is safe at third. So good job by Gibson, standing on third base with Glenn Wilson, our number 9 hitter, batting .290 this year. He skies it to center, and that should be the third out. It is. Tigers get an early lead, 1-0. We go to the bottom of the second with Dan Pasqua leading off, followed by Karl Pagel and Chris Bando. Pasqua leads off by hitting a fly ball to Bass in center field. There's one down. Karl Pagel up next. Weak ground ball to Whitaker at second. He tosses them out easily. 2 down. And Chris Bando, switch hitter, batting left-handed, where he's only batting 180. Popping it up on the infield. And it looks like Brock makes the play on the chalk. We go to the top of the third. 1-0 Detroit. Back to the top of the lineup with Sweet Lou. Oh, he crushes it. That is so far gone. 452 feet, almost to dead center field. That's Lou's third home run on the season. And it's 2-0 to Detroit. Ground ball by Brock. And he's the first out of the inning. His average down to 240. He walks a lot. I like him in that role. I could actually swap Hatcher and Brock, and maybe that might be better. Something to think about. Hatcher got the Tigers' first hit, pops it up to third. Royster camps under it for the second out. And that's going to bring up Reggie. Reggie ground ball to third. And he's tossed out for the third out. So we go to the bottom of the third. Tigers got another run on the board on the solo shot from Whitaker. Jerry Royster leading off the bottom of the third inning, and he rips it to the left. The Indian third baseman have our number. Something about that position seems to click when they play us. That was the first hit of the game, by the way, for the Indians. Jerry Turner follows that up by flying out to Gibby in the left. And here was yesterday's deep dive. Von Hayes, we talked about him and his 5-for-1 trade with the Phillies that occurred after the 82 season. And he grounds into a double play, 6-4-3, and we go to the top of the fourth. Lance Parrish leading off. Big wheel. It's been kind of quiet lately. There's a base hit. That'll get his average up to 300 again. 306, in fact. So Parrish has walked and singled. And it worked last time. Let's try it again. We're going to hit and run with Gibby. Gibby had a little ball that fell in front of Von Hayes. Here he hits it right back to Wilkins. There's one down. Parrish on second for Trammell now. And Trammell hits it to short. Parrish holds. So the play goes to first for the second out, and we need Kevin Bass to come through for us here. He hits a line drive to center field, and it's going to be caught on the shoestrings by Von Hayes, and that'll do it for the Tigers. So we go to the top of the fourth, bottom of the fourth, with Rhomberg leading off. Morris had only 2 strikeouts in his last start, and he's got none today. That is a little concerning. As Rhomberg flies out to first, Dibby hits it deep. Maybe the hardest hit ball so far for the Indians. So 2 down. Here's Jim Wilson. Jim Wilson is a rookie and maybe a Rookie of the Year candidate. Batting .330, 5 home runs. He's getting on base. Looking pretty sharp. So keep Jim Wilson in mind for Rookie of the Year. Wilson slams it to center field. Another sharply hit ball. It's all for naught. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Tigers are up 2-0. Here's number 9 hitter Glenn Wilson. And Wilson bloop, into left center field for a base hit. Glenn Wilson on first for Lou. This could be a double play, but we're going to swing away. Ground ball to second. Yeah. 4-6-1. Sometimes I feel like I hit and run too much, and yet whenever I don't, it's an automatic double play. So 2 down. Here's Greg Brock, the man of many nicknames now. We got G-Bro, we got B-Rock, we got Brock Obama, which is it's kind of stupid, but it's funny. I like it. We go to the bottom of the 5th as Brock pops out. We have Danny Pasqua, Pagel, and Bando due up. Pasqua goes oppo for a base hit just past Trammell. So leadoff man is on against Morris. I haven't seen that yet today. Runner on first. And maybe around the horn double play. Oh, come on. It's too slow of a ground ball. Hatcher could only go to first. There's 1 down. We're going to pull the outfield in. Try to prevent anything from dropping in. And then Pasqua steals third base. Pasqua could steal third base at will, and Ricky Henderson is 7 for 19 on the season. Okay, so we are going to pull the infield in once. Let's see if we can catch him at home. And we strike him out. There we go. There's Morris's first K. Comes in the 5th inning. And then Jerry Royster hits a grounder to short, and that'll do it. So Morris gets himself out of that jam. We go to the top of the 6th with Mickey Hatcher, Reggie Jackson, and Lance Parrish due up. Hatcher rips it to left field on a line. It's going to be caught by Turner. There's 1 down. Reggie's got an 0 for today. Oh, there we go. Base hit into center field. Nicely done, Reginald. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. We're in the 6th here. Player of the game so far? I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe Whitaker with the home run, or Morris with the shutout. So Jackson's on first with 1 down. Here is Parrish, another major double play situation. As Parrish gets hit in the leg by Wilkins, so first and second. 1 out for Gibby, and Gibby's going to get a chance to swing away. He's hit and run both times up. And there he goes. He's going to drop it right in there. Perfectly placed. Reggie comes around and scores, and it's 3-0 Detroit. Parrish on third. And we are absolutely giving, the green light to Gibson. With a runner on third, you think his opportunity to steal second would be higher, because you don't want to throw the ball down. Maybe the player from third goes home. Now it's Parrish, but I mean, this is the way to, I don't know. 2 outs. And a ground ball back to the pitcher. So stupid. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers do get a run, though, on the RBI by Gibby. So we're not going to hold that against him for being caught stealing. That was he got the job done, ultimately. It's 3-0. Now will we get moguled in reverse after getting thrown out on the base pass? We'll find out here with Jerry Turner leading off. Scorching line drive right at B-Rock. And he makes the play, 1 down. Von Hayes up next, batting .382 versus right-handers. Grounds out to Trammell. There's 2 down. And finally, Rhomberg lifts it to right, and Glenn Wilson makes the catch right in front of the warning track. So we're going to the top of the 7th. We have Bass, Wilson, and Whitaker up. And Wilkins, the Indians pitcher, is at 82 pitches. So, I mean, he could probably go another 2 innings at least. So here's Kevin Bass. Bass 0 for 2 on the day, and he strikes out on a pitch way outside. 1 down. One Wilson, he's got a hit today. A weak ground ball to third. And finally, we're back to Sweet Lou. Lou's got that long home run today as he grounds out to short. So we're going to the bottom of the seventh inning stretch. Don't forget, tomorrow we head back home to Detroit, and that means the robot race will be here in the 7-inning stretch. All home games will have a robot race in which we will try to determine the winner of an autographed Hall of Fame pitcher. So we will continue that tomorrow. Okay, so Morris at 62 pitches. He has been Greg Maddux-like so far. Jerry Dybzinski leading off by grounding out to Morris. 1 down. Back to Jimmy Wilson. And he rips it back up the middle, just over Morris's head for a base hit. Only the 3rd hit against the ace of the staff. And a ground ball to second. That should be 2. There you go. So the Indians can't get anything going today against Morris. Even when we give them to them, they're not able to take advantage. We go to the top of the 8th. Here's Greg Brock walking. That's why we have him in the number 2 hole. Maybe his batting average isn't great, but he does find a way to get on base. And you know we hit and run when Mickey Hatcher's up and Brock is on first. Ground ball to third. It usually works as Brock takes second. 1 down. Reggie is up. And a ground ball to first. That'll move Brock over. And it will be up to Parrish, who's 1 for 1 with a walk today and a hit by pitch. Oh, wow. Swinging at a ball at his shoe tops. That will not get it done. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Morris, 75 pitches. Got some lefties coming up. We got Pagel, Bando, and then the right-hander, Jerry Royster. Pagel, 3 for 16, 2 walks, 6 Ks, make it 7. As Pagel strikes out swinging, 1 down. Next up, Chris Bando, 0 for 8 in his career, strikes out. There we go, back-to-back Ks for Morris. Let's cap it off here against Jerry Royster. He gets a piece of it, sends it to left. And a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 9th inning. Tigers are up 3-0, and Eric Wilkins, 108 pitches. He's pitched pretty solidly so far, as now he's officially tired. Really, the only mistake he made was the home run to Whitaker. 1 down as Gibby pops up to Rhomberg. Next up is Trammell. Trammell goes 0 for today with an RBI. And finally, Kevin Bass is up, and he pops out. So he goes 0 for today as well. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Tigers are up 3-0. Morris looking for his 2nd complete game shutout, as he had a shutout on opening day versus the Yankees. He's going to have to get past Turner, Hayes, and Kevin Rhomberg. Turner leading off, and he sends it to center field. Bass makes the catch. 1 down. Next up is Von Hayes. Ground ball to Hatcher at third. Oh, I knew it. As soon as the ball went to Hatcher, I knew that it was going to be an error. I almost willed it to happen with my telekinesis. And then Rhomberg pops it up, and an error, another error by Hatcher. I mean, you couldn't, it almost paused. It didn't even look like anything was going to happen. Now, the tying run is on first base. This is what really frustrates me about this game. And now he walks him. Now the bases are loaded for Jim Wilson, the best hitter on the team. The run on third and second don't mean anything. We're going to play back. We're going to try to get a double play and end this. Now Morris's pitch counts up to 105 with Jim Wilson up. And he sends a fly ball to center field. It will be caught. Hayes will tag. And that, folks, is total effing bullshit. Do we give... I mean, Pasqua's the winning run. I think we bring in a lefty. That's the right thing to do. If this was a cleaner inning, I probably would go for it. But I get the impression now that the game does not want us to win. So we're going to bring in our trusty lefty. I mean, he's due to give up runs. 3-1 on the year. He's given up 2 runs. Both were unearned. Only 7 hits in 16 innings pitched. Opponents are batting 123. I mean, it's the right thing to do, but, I mean, our hearts are in our throats here. Here we go. 2 down. Dan Pasqua runs to first and second. A ground ball to Trammell. An error. That's the ball game. I mean, we won, but, God, it feels terrible. I hate that. We gave up a run there because of 2 errors and a walk. Nonetheless, we'll take the victory, and we're 20-9. Let's take a look at the standings. First team to 20 wins in the AL. Although Kansas City's keeping pace. Let's take a look at the National League. Are there any 20-game winners there? No, we have the most wins in baseball right now. So nicely done. Let's take a look at the transactions. There's the Larry McCall injury. He lost a tooth. That's what it was. He couldn't pitch today because he was whistling. And so, yeah, there was nothing new there. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe. We should have the, I'm hoping those 1982 Flair packs will be here tomorrow, which will be Monday, and we'll get a chance to open those up. We're going to give the player of the game to Jack Morris, his second of the season. He goes to 6-1, did not give up an earned run, as Hatcher had his second 2-error game this season. His ERA is down to 2.01 now, and Rucker gets his 4th save, so nicely done. Whitaker hits his 3rd dong, and Eric Wilkins, hard luck loser, gets a complete game. He goes to 0-2 on the season. We'll be back tomorrow against the Milwaukee Brewers at home with the robot race. So check back with us then, and until tomorrow, have a great day.